LeBron do? LeBron had done something to me. And he was coming to UFC fights and he wasn't doing autographs, and it was just one of these things that rubbed me the wrong way. And he and I have one thing in common. We use the same drug dealer to buy our EPO.
What Ric Bucher didn't explicitly say still hit the NBA world like a lightning strike. The tone of his voice alone sent shockwaves through the entire basketball community. Shockwaves that had been quietly building for years. Because think about it. What if the most durable, consistently high-performing superstar of this era isn't just blessed with elite genetics? What if people believe there's something extra in the mix? And here's the part that makes fans sit straight up. Booker says people inside the league already believe it. Not random fans online, but coaches, trainers, and even players whispering behind closed doors like it's an open secret no one wants to say publicly. These insiders aren't just curious anymore. They're acting like the answer is obvious. But to understand how small whispers turned into a full-blown storyline the league can't ignore, you have to trace where it began. Ric Bucher cracked the door open during a podcast appearance. A longtime NBA insider, he didn't accuse LeBron of anything. He didn't have to. He simply dropped one line, saying their shared source straight up told him, LeBron and I have the same guy, the same source for EPL.
Lord, he dunking? He's still dunking the ball with. I'm saying that Bronny can get a bucket on Bron. I'm saying he can't. One rollout, get a bucket. 3 dribbles? No way. I'm talking about. He can get a bucket on. No. Man, come on. That little dude is explosive, bro. He is, but you seen his dad? His dad on that balcony. He on that new balcony. He's sliding like he used to.
He didn't pause, smirk, or toss out a just kidding. He said it with full confidence, as casually as ordering lunch. An EPO, erythropoietin, isn't some harmless fitness supplement. It's a serious performance enhancer, the same type of substance that kept Lance Armstrong dominating cycling for years. Sonnen didn't mention it once and move on either. He kept repeating the claim on multiple shows, doubling down every time. The wildest part? Nobody pushed back. No statements, no denials, nothing from LeBron's camp, nothing from the league, just silence. And silence in moments like this can feel strategic. Sure, some people might say, bro, Chael's a UFC guy, not NBA. He's probably stirring the pot for attention. Normally, that excuse might work, until a true NBA legend stepped into the conversation. That's when Kevin Garnett added his own spark to the situation. KG isn't someone who speaks in riddles. He's brutally direct, always has been, so when he hinted that LeBron was on that new juice, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded pointed, deliberate. On a podcast, KG said his dad up on that balcony, he on that new sliding like he used to, new juice. That wasn't random chatter. It was a loaded message. And coming from Garnett, a champion, a leader.
Annoying aspects, I'd say, of the idolatry of LeBron. That he is credited by some as being this sensei that has the answer to all things basketball, and that everybody is going to him for the answers. Now, we know for a fact that guys did that with Kobe. I don't know of anybody who has said, yes, I sought out LeBron to find out his secrets. I certainly, look, I appreciate LeBron for what he's done. I just don't make the assumption that everyone wants to be him. And there's also the nagging question about exactly how he's maintained such extraordinary fitness at such a ripe age. But we all know what the speculation is out there. And I can assure you there's plenty of it privately by players and personnel in the league. Like, I've always thought, maybe it could be. And I've had players and coaches say things to me like they take it for granted. They assume it's true. It always catches me a little off guard. They're just like, oh yeah.
When someone like Chael Sonnen says it, people brush it off. But when Kevin Garnett says it, the entire conversation flips instantly. This is KG, Hall of Famer, certified warrior, someone who knows elite performance better than almost anyone. And even he's implying, in his own cryptic way, that something about this whole situation doesn't add up. The bounce, the stamina, the durability at nearly 40 years old. Suddenly, people started connecting dots they never connected before. It all feeds into the same lingering question. How has LeBron maintained such extraordinary fitness for so long? I've had players and coaches tell me things like, they take it for granted. They assume it's true. Let that sink in. Coaches and players, people who analyze athletes for a living, saying they assume LeBron is getting extra help. That's wild. And the craziest part? Booker didn't sound shocked at all. He sounded like someone who's been hearing these whispers forever and finally decided to say them out loud. He wasn't creating a new narrative, he was amplifying a storyline that's been simmering beneath the surface for years. And if you really want to understand how far this storyline stretches, you have to rewind to the guy who never holds his tongue. The guy who dives headfirst into controversy like it's a hobby. Chael Sonnen, former UFC fighter and full-time talk until your ears fall off specialist, said the quiet part out loud. Sonnen is not known for being subtle, and when he casually dropped his bomb on a podcast, the whole room froze for a second like, did he seriously just say that?
Day-to-day basis inside the bubble. Getting ready for a game. Let's just say that. Spent a lot of time on my body for sure.
Okay, Keisha has a question.
Would the NBA really risk global backlash by digging deep, or would they do what big institutions usually do? Stay quiet, keep things smooth, and look the other way while smiling for the cameras. We've seen this storyline before. Lance Armstrong didn't get exposed until he was practically out the door, and even then it took years for the truth to fully unravel. Why? Because everyone benefited from the illusion. Everyone gained something from pretending everything was normal. And maybe, just maybe, the NBA is holding on to its own illusion right now. Which brings us right back to what Ric Bucher said, because the next part landed even heavier than anything before it. He said there's a culture of quiet acceptance. He didn't hint at it, he stated it directly. He said he's talked to multiple people, players, coaches, trainers, who don't suspect LeBron might be using something. They assume it. And that's when the whole topic gets dangerous. Because once people privately accept something, it becomes normal. Nobody questions it. Nobody challenges it. It just becomes the unspoken rule of the room. Bucher even admitted, it always catches me off guard. They'll just say, oh yeah, that's going on. Like it's common knowledge. That's crazy. Imagine a player dominating the league well into his late 30s, pushing toward 40, still producing elite athletic performances, and the people closest to the sport just shrug like it's an understood fact. No failed tests, no official reports, no public accusations, just a quiet room full of insiders exchanging a look that says everything without saying a word. It's like watching a magician perform the same trick night after night. Eventually, people stop asking how he does it. The illusion stays intact, but only as long as nobody walks behind the curtain to see what's really there. And what if that curtain is starting to shift just a little? Because this pattern we're seeing isn't new. This isn't the first time an athlete has looked almost too superhuman. Lance Armstrong, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, they all had armies of loyal fans. They all denied rumors, and yet the early signs were always the same. Insane longevity, unbelievable production late into their careers, insiders whispering behind the scenes, and absolute silence whenever uncomfortable questions floated around. For years, no proof, until suddenly, there was. To be clear, nothing has been proven about LeBron. No failed tests, no investigations, no official accusations, nothing concrete. But the pattern people keep pointing to is starting to look familiar to some folks inside the game. And what's wild is that those insiders, the people who understand the pattern best, aren't exactly running to defend him. Most stay silent, others act like they've heard nothing, and honestly, that silence might be the loudest part of this entire story. So now the uncomfortable question floating through the league is this: is LeBron James getting some type of boost? Is he tapping into some cutting-edge